Hey there, you're looking kind of cute. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other socials. Enjoy. The house was empty except for two siblings. Their parents left on Friday afternoon for a trip to Napa Valley. The parents trusted their adult children to be alone for the weekend. Stephen walked quietly through the hallway in gray sweatpants and a white t-shirt. He listened to check if his sister was downstairs watching TV. He went into her room. A purple silk nightgown hung on the closet door in the sunlight. He touched the soft fabric. For months, he had wondered what it would feel like to wear it. The silk made a quiet sound as he put it on. The cool fabric covered his body, and the hem touched his thighs. He turned to look in the full-length mirror. Stephen? His sister was standing in the doorway with wide brown eyes. She wore a green hoodie and black leggings. Her blonde hair was in a messy bun. Claire, I can explain. You look good in purple. She walked into the room and closed the door. You look better in it than I do. Stephen's hands clutched the nightgown's hem. You're not mad? Why would I be mad? Claire sat on her bed, patting the spot beside her. Come here. He moved carefully, the silk swishing with each step. The bed creaked as he sat down. How long have you wanted to try this? I don't know, a while. The words came out barely above a whisper. Claire studied his face. My friends are coming over tonight for a sleepover. Want to join us? What? I couldn't. Sure you could. They're cool. Trust me. She walked to her dresser, pulling open drawers. Here, try this instead. She held up a baby blue camisole set with matching shorts. The fabric looked impossibly soft. Claire, I don't think... Just try it. If you hate it, we'll forget this happened. Her expression turned serious. But I don't think you'll hate it. Stephen took the clothes with trembling hands. Claire turned around while he changed. The camisole hugged his chest, the shorts comfortable against his legs. Okay, you can look. Claire spun around and smiled. Perfect. Now sit at my vanity. Why? Because your face needs work. No offense. She gathered bottles and brushes from various drawers. Lucky for you, I'm excellent at makeovers. Stephen sat on the small stool. In the mirror, his reflection looked strange, familiar features in unfamiliar clothes. His auburn hair fell just past his ears, longer than most guys wore it, but not quite long enough to style femininely. Close your eyes. Claire's fingers worked gently, applying foundation with a damp sponge. So, have you thought about a name? A name? Well, Stephen doesn't exactly fit anymore, does it? The brush tickled as she applied eyeshadow. I haven't thought that far ahead. We'll figure it out. Hold still. I'm doing eyeliner. The doorbell rang 20 minutes later. Stephen's stomach clenched. Relax. Claire squeezed his shoulder. They're going to love you. 3 women entered Claire's room carrying overnight bags. The first, a tall black woman in a red sundress, dropped her bag immediately. Claire, you didn't mention you had a friend joining us. Everyone, this is... Actually, we haven't picked a name yet. Claire gestured to Stephen. She's my sister. The women exchanged glances. The one in the yellow crop top and jeans spoke first. Well, she needs a name. I'm Ashley, by the way. I'm Denise, said the woman in the red sundress. Maria. The third woman, wearing a black tank top and gray shorts, waved from the doorway. They settled on the floor in a circle, bags of chips and bottles of wine appearing from nowhere. Stephen sat between Claire and Ashley, hyper-aware of every movement. So, names, Denise said, pouring wine into plastic cups. What feels right to you? I honestly don't know. Stephen accepted a cup with shaking hands. This is all new. What about Stephanie? Maria suggested. Close to your old name. Too obvious, Claire said. She needs something that's completely hers. They threw out suggestions for the next hour. Nothing felt right. Too common, too unusual, too formal, too cutesy. Stephen sipped wine and let their voices wash over him. Amara, Ashley said suddenly. It means eternal. The name settled into Stephen's chest like coming home. Amara, he repeated, testing the syllables. I like it. Amara it is? Claire raised her cup. To new beginnings! They clinked plastic cups. The wine tasted sweeter somehow. Okay, Amara, Denise said, pulling out a massive makeup bag. Let's teach you some tricks. Claire did a good job, but there's always more to learn. They spent the next 2 hours on makeup techniques. How to blend eyeshadow properly, the trick to perfect winged eyeliner, why primer mattered. Maria demonstrated contouring while Ashley explained the importance of matching foundation to skin tone. Stephen, Amara, absorbed every detail. Your bone structure is incredible, Maria said, tilting Amara's chin toward the light. Look at those cheekbones. And those eyes, Denise added. Girl, I would kill for lashes that long. The compliments felt surreal. Nobody had ever talked about Stephen's appearance except to say he needed a haircut or should hit the gym more. But these women saw something different. Something beautiful. Skincare next, Claire announced. Can't have good makeup without good skin. They moved to the bathroom, where Claire's products covered every surface. Amara learned about cleansers and toners, serums and moisturizers, the importance of SPF even on cloudy days. The women took turns sharing their routines, their favorite products, their disaster stories. I once used a face mask with pineapple enzymes, Ashley said, rubbing gentle circles of cleanser on Amara's face. Left it on too long and my face looked like a tomato for 3 days. That's nothing, Maria countered. I tried to give myself a chemical peel at home, had to call in sick to work for a week. They laughed until their stomachs hurt. Amara felt the last of her nervousness dissolve. These women had accepted her without question, folded her into their group like she'd always belonged. Back in Claire's room, they painted each other's nails. Amara chose a soft pink polish, watching fascinated as Denise applied it with practiced strokes. You'll want to invest in your own kit, Denise said, adding a top coat. Sharing makeup is fine occasionally, but everyone needs their own foundation and concealer at minimum. And skincare, Maria added. Never share skincare. Trust me on that. They talked until 3 a.m, about everything and nothing, work drama, relationship troubles, dreams for the future. Amara mostly listened, soaking in the casual intimacy of female friendship. When she did speak, they treated her words with the same weight as anyone else's. I don't want to go back, Amara said suddenly, the wine making her brave. To being Stephen, I mean. This feels right. Claire grabbed her hand. Then don't go back. Simple as that. It's not simple. What about work? Our parents? Everything in my life is set up for Stephen. So change it, Ashley said. People do it all the time. It's scary, sure, but what's the alternative? Living a life that doesn't fit? I did it, Maria said quietly. Everyone turned to look at her. Not the same situation, but I left everything behind 5 years ago. Quit my corporate job, ended a toxic relationship, moved across the country. Best decision I ever made. But this is different, Amara protested. This is changing everything about who I am. No, Denise corrected gently. This is becoming who you are. There's a difference. They talked through logistics until dawn broke through Claire's windows. Legal name changes, hormone therapy, coming out at work, finding a good therapist. The list felt overwhelming and manageable at the same time. One step at a time, Claire said, yawning. First step is getting some sleep. They arranged sleeping bags and blankets on the floor. Amara lay between Claire and Ashley, staring at the ceiling. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw her reflection in Claire's mirror, the person she'd always been, finally visible. Hey, Ashley whispered. You okay? Yeah, just thinking. Don't overthink it. You know what feels right. Trust that. Amara woke to afternoon sunlight and the smell of coffee. The baby blue camisole had twisted during sleep, and her carefully applied makeup had smudged, but she felt more comfortable in her skin than ever before. Morning, beautiful, Claire said, handing her a mug. Or afternoon, technically. The others were already up, lounging around Claire's room in various states of sleepy dishevelment. Maria had claimed Claire's desk chair, while Denise and Ashley shared the bed. How are you feeling? Denise asked. Amara considered the question. Good, really good, actually. Excellent. Now let's talk wardrobe. Ashley pulled out her phone. There's a great thrift store downtown that has amazing stuff. We should go shopping. I don't know if I'm ready for public yet. Why not? Maria challenged. You look amazing. Nobody's going to question anything." They spent an hour getting ready. Claire lent Amara a white sundress that hit mid-thigh, paired with sandals only half a size too big. The women redid her makeup, this time teaching her each step so she could replicate it herself. "Your hair needs work," Claire said, frowning at Amara's auburn locks. "It's a good length to start, but you need a better cut." "One thing at a time," Amara said, smoothing the dress nervously. The thrift store overwhelmed her senses. Racks of clothes in every color, style, and size imaginable. The women dispersed like hunting dogs, returning with armfuls of options. "Try this," Denise commanded, shoving her toward the dressing room with a pile of clothes. Amara tried on everything. Skirts that swished when she walked, jeans that hugged her hips, blouses in jewel tones that made her skin glow. Some worked, others didn't, but each piece taught her something about her new style. "The green brings out your eyes," Ashley called through the curtain. "The pencil skirt is perfect for work," Maria added. "Professional but cute." They left with 2 massive bags of clothes. Amara's credit card had taken a hit, but she couldn't bring herself to care. Each piece represented a choice, a commitment to this new life. Back at the house, they spread the purchases across Claire's bed. The women helped her organize everything, suggesting combinations and teaching her basic rules about mixing patterns and colors. "You need your own makeup too," Claire said. "We'll order some basics online tonight." "And schedule a hair appointment," Denise added. "I know someone who specializes in helping people transition their look." The word transition hung in the air. Amara had been avoiding it, dancing around the implications. But there it was. "Is that what this is?" she asked. "A transition?" "That's for you to decide," Maria said gently. Could be something else. Labels matter less than living authentically. They stayed until evening, helping Amara practice walking in heels and sitting properly in a skirt. Small things Stephen had never considered, but Amara needed to know. When they finally left, each woman hugged her tightly. "Text me if you need anything," Ashley said. "I mean it, anything at all." "Same," Denise and Maria echoed. Alone with Claire, Amara sat at the vanity again. Her reflection had become familiar over the past 24 hours. The auburn hair still needed styling, but the face looking back felt right. "What happens when Mom and Dad come home tomorrow?" she asked. Claire joined her at the mirror, resting her chin on Amara's shoulder. "We tell them the truth, that I have a sister now. They'll freak out. Maybe, probably, but they'll adjust." Claire met her eyes in the mirror. "And if they don't, that's their problem, not yours." Amara slept in the guest room that night, wearing a pink nightgown Claire had bought months ago but never worn. She'd moved her male clothes into boxes, not ready to throw them away but not wanting them in sight either. Morning came too quickly. Amara woke to the sound of car doors slamming. Her parents were home. "Honey, we're back," their mother's voice carried up the stairs. Claire appeared in the doorway, already dressed in jeans and a blue t-shirt. "Ready?" Amara looked down at her nightgown, then at the sundress hanging on the closet door. "No, but let's do it anyway." She dressed carefully, applying makeup the way the women had taught her. Simple, natural, enhancing rather than hiding. The white sundress from yesterday still fit perfectly. "Stephen? Claire? Where are you kids?" Their father this time. "Coming," Claire called, then quieter to Amara. "Remember, confidence is everything." They descended together. Their parents stood in the kitchen, unpacking souvenirs. Their mother wore her traveling outfit, khaki pants and a coral blouse. Their father had already changed into his weekend uniform of jeans and a polo shirt. "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad," Claire said brightly. "How was Napa?" "Wonderful. You should see the vineyard Their mother turned and froze. Her eyes traveled from Amara's face to her dress, to her painted toenails, and back up. Their father's coffee mug stopped halfway to his mouth. "Mom, Dad," Claire said, stepping slightly forward. "I'd like you to meet Amara, your daughter." The silence stretched like taffy. Amara forced herself to breathe, to stand straight, to meet their eyes. "Stephen?" their mother whispered. "Not anymore," Amara said, surprised by how steady her voice sounded. I'm Amara now. Their father set down his mug very carefully. I think we need to talk. They sat around the dining room table, the same table where they'd shared thousands of family meals, but everything felt different now. How long have you felt this way? Their mother asked, hands wrapped around her own coffee mug. Always, I think. But I only just figured out what it meant. And you're sure? Their father asked. This isn't just experimenting? I'm sure. Amara had never been more certain of anything. This is who I am. Their parents exchanged long looks, years of marriage allowing silent communication. Claire reached under the table and squeezed Amara's hand. Well, their mother said finally, I suppose we need to go shopping. You can't keep borrowing Claire's clothes. Relief flooded through Amara so fast she felt dizzy. You're okay with this? Okay might be strong, their father admitted. We need time to process. But you're our child, and that doesn't change. Even if everything else does? Amara asked. Especially then, their mother said firmly. Now, tell us about this name, Amara. It's beautiful. They talked for hours. Tears were shed by everyone, even their father. Questions were asked, some answerable, others not yet. Plans were made for family therapy, for doctor's appointments, for the long journey ahead. What about work? Their father asked eventually. Have you thought about that? I'll figure it out. Amara had been Stephen at the marketing firm for 3 years. Others have done it before me. Your cousin Robin, their mother said suddenly. She works in HR for a big company downtown. She might have advice. The casual acceptance in that statement, she, not he, made Amara tear up again. That evening, after their parents had retreated to process privately, Amara sat with Claire on the back porch. They wore matching pajama sets, Amara's purple, Claire's green, and shared a bottle of wine they'd hidden from their parents. That went better than expected, Claire said. Much better. Amara pulled her legs up onto the chair, something Stephen would never have done but felt natural now. Thank you for everything. Sisters look out for each other. Claire clinked her glass against Amara's. Speaking of which, we need to talk about your wardrobe. Mom's right. You need your own clothes. And shoes, Amara added, looking at her bare feet. These sandals are killing me. They planned shopping trips and salon appointments. Claire's hairdresser friend had an opening Tuesday afternoon. The thrift store was having a sale next weekend. Ashley had texted about a makeup workshop at the department store. It's a lot, Amara said. Yeah, but good a lot, right? Right. Amara sipped her wine, watching fireflies dance in the backyard. Hey, Claire? Yeah? Do you think I can do this? Really do this? Claire turned to face her fully. I've never seen you look more like yourself than you have this weekend. So yeah, I think you can do this. I know you can. Monday arrived with a new challenge. Work. Amara stared at her male work clothes, neatly hung in the guest room closet where she'd moved them. The thought of putting them on felt like sliding back into a costume that no longer fit. Wear the pencil skirt, Claire suggested from the doorway, with the white blouse we bought, professional but still you. I haven't talked to HR yet, or my boss, or anyone. So, company policy includes gender identity protection. I looked it up. Claire pulled out her phone. Article 3, Section 2. Employees have the right to express their gender identity and be addressed by their chosen name and pronouns. You researched my company handbook? Of course I did. Someone had to. Amara chose the outfit Claire suggested, pairing it with low heels she could actually walk in. Her makeup routine took 40 minutes, twice as long as necessary, but she wanted everything perfect. You've got this, Claire said, straightening Amara's collar. And if anyone gives you trouble, call me. I'll come down there and raise hell. The drive to work felt both endless and too short. Amara parked in her usual spot, then sat in the car for 10 minutes gathering courage. Her phone buzzed. Ashley. Thinking of you today, you're braver than you know. Then Denise. Remember, confidence is your best accessory. Maria. Kick-ass, babe. Show them who Amara is. Their messages gave her the strength to walk through the front doors. The security guard, Robert, did a double take, but said nothing as she swiped her badge. Morning, Robert. Morning. He trailed off, clearly unsure how to address her. "It's Amara now," she said gently. "I'll be updating everything with HR today." "Amara, got it. Have a good day, miss." Miss. Such a small word, but it made her stand taller. The elevator ride to the 3rd floor passed in a blur. Amara walked past familiar faces, some recognizing her, others not. She headed straight for HR before she could lose her nerve. "Steven!" Kathy from HR looked up with a smile that faltered slightly. "Oh, hi Kathy. It's Amara now. I need to talk to someone about updating my records." To Kathy's credit, she recovered quickly. "Of course, let me get Linda. She handles these situations." These situations? How many others had walked this path before her? Linda turned out to be a warm woman in her 50s who treated the whole thing as routine. Forms were filled out, policies explained, managers notified. Within an hour, Steven officially became Amara in the company system. "It might take a few days for everything to update," Linda explained. "Email, badges, nameplates, but I'll fast-track it." "What about reactions from coworkers?" Company policy is 0 tolerance for discrimination, but honestly, in my experience, most people adjust quickly. The ones who don't weren't worth knowing anyway. Amara thought about that as she walked to her desk. Her nameplate still read Stephen Chen, but that would change. Everything would change. "Holy Stephen?" Her cubicle neighbor Marcus stared openly. "Is that you?" "It's Amara now, and yes." Marcus blinked several times. "Okay, cool. I like your skirt." And that was it. No drama, no confrontation, just acceptance, simple and clean. Not everyone reacted as smoothly. Some stared, others whispered, a few asked invasive questions that Amara deflected with growing confidence. But by lunch, when she sat with her usual group in the cafeteria, the shock had mostly worn off. "So, Amara," her colleague Janet said, emphasizing the name, "this is new." "New to you. I've been working up to it for a while." "Well, you look fantastic," said Tom from accounting. "That blouse is perfect on you." They talked about normal things, weekend plans, the upcoming project deadline, Janet's disaster of a date Saturday night. If they stumbled over pronouns occasionally, they corrected themselves immediately. By the end of lunch, it felt almost normal. The afternoon brought a meeting with her direct supervisor, Richard. Amara had dreaded this most. Richard was old school, set in his ways, resistant to change. "Come in, Amara. Sit." He gestured to the chair across from his desk. HR filled me in. "I hope this won't affect my position here. Why would it? You're still the same analyst who increased our efficiency by 12% last quarter." Richard leaned back in his chair. "Though I might need some time to adjust to the name." "That's fair. And the clothes?" He gestured vaguely. "You look very different, but still professional?" Yes, very professional." He cleared his throat. "Well then, back to work, I suppose. That Morrison report won't write itself." Amara left his office feeling lighter than air. Each successful interaction built her confidence. By 5 o'clock, she'd navigated a full day as herself. Claire waited in the parking lot, leaning against her car. "How'd it go?" "Better than expected, worse than hoped, but I survived." "Of course you did. Pizza to celebrate?" They went to their usual place, where the owner, Tony, didn't even blink at Amara's appearance. "The usual ladies?" he asked. Ladies, plural, including her. "Actually," Amara said, "I think I'll try something different." Claire smiled. "New life? New pizza?" "Something like that." Tuesday brought the hair appointment. Claire's friend, a stylist named Jordan, worked at an upscale salon downtown. He greeted Amara with enthusiasm. "Claire told me all about you." He ran fingers through her auburn hair, assessing length and texture. "Good news, you've got great raw material. We just need to shape it." "Nothing too dramatic," Amara said nervously. "Trust me, honey. I've done this before." He worked for 2 hours, cutting and styling with practiced precision. Amara watched her reflection transform as her hair took on a distinctly feminine shape. Layers that framed her face, subtle highlights that caught the light. "There, Jordan said finally, stepping back. What do you think? Amara touched her hair gently. It still reached just past her ears, but the cut made all the difference. It's perfect. Come back in 6 weeks. We'll adjust as it grows out. He handed her a card. And welcome to the sisterhood, officially. The week progressed in a blur of small victories and adjustments. Amara established routines, morning makeup, choosing outfits, the daily decision of which shoes wouldn't destroy her feet. She had lunch with Ashley and Denise, who took her to get her ears pierced. Maria taught her about fashion rules and when to break them. Never white after Labor Day is outdated, Maria explained over coffee Saturday morning. But always match your metals. If you wear gold earrings, wear a gold necklace. Unless you're mixing metals intentionally, Ashley added, then commit to the chaos. These friendships felt different from her relationships as Stephen. Deeper somehow, more honest. The women included her fully, sharing secrets and inside jokes, creating new memories together. Sunday dinner with her parents became a new milestone. They'd had a week to adjust, to research, to process. Her mother had bought a transgender pride flag pin and wore it on her cardigan. Subtle, Mom, Claire said, but she was smiling. I've been reading, their mother announced over roast chicken. There's so much I didn't know. Did you know that hormone therapy can... Mom, Amara interrupted gently. One step at a time, remember? Right, sorry, I just want to be supportive. You are being supportive, Amara assured her. The pin is sweet. Their father had his own way of showing support. I made an appointment with that therapist Dr. Klein recommended. Family session next Thursday, if that works for everyone. It wasn't easy. There were awkward moments, misgendered pronouns quickly corrected, obvious efforts to use her name frequently. But they were trying, and that mattered more than perfection. After dinner, Amara helped her mother with dishes. They worked in comfortable silence until her mother spoke. I keep thinking about signs we missed. Were there any? Should we have known? Amara considered the question. Maybe, but I didn't even know, not really. How could you? I suppose. Her mother dried a plate slowly. I just wonder if you'd have been happier, if we'd figured it out sooner. I'm happy now. That's what matters. Her mother pulled her into a fierce hug, soap suds and all. I love you, sweetheart. My beautiful daughter. The words hit Amara like a physical force. Daughter. Not child, not offspring, but daughter. She hugged back tightly, not trusting her voice. Week 2 brought new challenges. The novelty had worn off at work, making everything feel more real. Amara attended her first client meeting as herself, presenting quarterly reports in her navy dress and matching blazer. If the clients noticed anything different, they kept it professional. Excellent presentation, Ms. Chen, the lead client said afterward. Ms. Chen. Her legal name change would take months, but hearing her family name with the correct title felt like another small victory. Claire insisted on weekly sister nights. They'd watch movies, do face masks, paint each other's nails. Normal sister things that felt extraordinary to Amara. I'm thinking of cutting my hair, Claire announced one evening, halfway through a romantic comedy neither was really watching. Why? Your hair is perfect. Exactly. It's been perfect and blonde and the same for 3 years. I want something different. She pulled up photos on her phone. What about this? Shorter, maybe with some pink? They spent an hour looking at hairstyles, debating cuts and colors. It felt wonderfully normal, wonderfully female, wonderfully sisterly. You know what's funny? Claire said, plaiting Amara's growing auburn hair. I always wanted a sister. You never said. What was I supposed to say? Hey, Steven, want to be a girl so we can braid each other's hair? They dissolved into giggles. It felt good to laugh about it, to find humor in the strangeness of their new dynamic. The 3rd week brought Amara's first girls' night out. Denise organized everything. Dinner at a new Thai place, then dancing at a club she promised was inclusive and safe. What do I wear to a club? Amara asked, staring at her closet. Something that makes you feel hot, Ashley advised over FaceTime. But that you can dance in. And comfortable shoes. You can change them later if needed. Amara settled on a black dress that hugged her curves and heeled ankle boots that seemed stable enough for dancing. She spent extra time on her makeup, attempting a smoky eye look from a tutorial Maria had sent. "Damn," Claire said when she saw her. "My sister is gorgeous." The restaurant buzzed with energy. Their group had grown. Ashley brought her roommate. Denise invited a coworker. Maria's sister joined them. 8 women crowded around a table meant for 6, sharing spring rolls and pad thai and stories. "So I told him," Denise's coworker was saying, "if you can't find it, you don't deserve it." The table exploded in laughter. Amara found herself relaxing, contributing to conversations, no longer the nervous newcomer, but part of the group. The club was everything Denise promised. Good music, strong drinks, a dance floor packed with people of every gender expression imaginable. Amara danced until her feet hurt, then changed into the flat sandals Claire had smuggled in her purse and danced some more. "Having fun?" Maria shouted over the music. "The best," Amara shouted back and meant it. A woman with short purple hair asked her to dance. They moved together through 2 songs before the woman leaned in close. "You're beautiful. Can I buy you a drink?" Amara's first instinct was panic, but the woman's smile was genuine, her interest clear but respectful. "Sure." They talked at the bar, the woman, Lee, asking about her life, her work, her favorite music. When Lee asked for her number, Amara gave it without hesitation. "I'll text you," Lee promised, kissing her cheek before disappearing back into the crowd. "Look at you!" Ashley appeared at her elbow. "Getting numbers already." "I don't know if I'm ready to date," Amara admitted. "So don't date, just talk, see what happens, no pressure." They stayed until the club closed, stumbling out into the cool night air on aching feet. Amara's ears rang from the music, her dress smelled like perfume and sweat, and she'd never felt more alive. "Same time next month?" Denise asked as they waited for their rides. "Absolutely," Amara agreed. Lee texted the next day. They chatted casually throughout the week, about movies, books, the best coffee shops downtown. When Lee suggested meeting for lunch Saturday, Amara accepted. "It's not a date," she told Claire for the 10th time, changing outfits again. "Sure it's not." Claire lounged on Amara's bed, highly amused. "That's why you've tried on 12 outfits." 13, and I just want to look nice." "You always look nice, but the yellow sundress was the best." Amara changed back into the yellow sundress, adding a denim jacket and white sneakers. Casual but put together. Lee waited outside the cafe, wearing ripped jeans and a band t-shirt. Her purple hair caught the sunlight. "Hi, you look amazing." "Thanks, so do you." They talked for 3 hours. About transition. Lee's sister was trans too. About work. Lee taught high school English. About everything and nothing. Conversation flowing easily. "I'd like to do this again," Lee said as they parted. "If you're interested?" "I'm interested," Amara confirmed. The 4th week brought the family therapy session. Amara sat between Claire and her mother, facing Dr. Klein's gentle smile. "Let's start with how everyone's feeling about the changes in your family dynamic." Her parents spoke about confusion and acceptance, fear and love. Claire talked about gaining the sister she'd always wanted. Amara tried to articulate the feeling of finally matching outside to inside. "This is a journey for all of you," Dr. Klein said. "There's no roadmap, no right way to navigate it, but the love in this room is obvious." They scheduled follow-up sessions, individual ones for Amara, couples sessions for her parents to process together, family sessions to work through the changes. "I'm proud of all of you," Dr. Klein said as they left. "This isn't easy, but you're handling it with grace." Month 2 arrived faster than expected. Amara's hair had grown enough to style differently. Her wardrobe had expanded, her confidence had bloomed. The woman in the mirror each morning felt familiar now, felt right, felt like who she'd always been underneath. "Ma'am, your latte?" the barista said, handing over her morning coffee. "Ma'am?" No hesitation, no questioning looks, just recognition of who she was. Work had settled into new rhythms. Richard still occasionally slipped on pronouns but caught himself immediately. Her co-workers treated her exactly the same, except for compliments on her outfits. The Morrison report she'd written had earned praise from upper management. "Chen, excellent work on that analysis," the department director said at the monthly meeting. Keep this up and we'll be discussing promotion opportunities. Her personal life had evolved too. Lee had become a regular fixture. Not quite girlfriend, but definitely more than friend. They went to museums, tried new restaurants, spent lazy Sundays reading in the park. No pressure, Lee always said. We move at whatever pace feels right for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other socials if you want more content, early access, behind the scenes, and more. All links down below.